up guys, it's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about cruelty-free makeup. Now, I've heard that I pressure people into being cruelty-free too much. I've heard that I don't mention it enough and they didn't know I was cruelty-free. So today I'm going to talk about some things all about cruelty-free makeup if you're considering doing it, or just some things that I've learned along the way since I've been cruelty-free for about a year now. And without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, before I get started, I want to say this is not me preaching that you have to go cruelty-free right now, but this is me giving you a bunch of information to use if you want to be educated enough to switch to cruelty-free, or you want to know like why, or who isn't cruelty-free, or like things I've learned along the way since doing this. I don't know the exact time I went cruelty-free, sometime last year, maybe the year before, I don't know. I'll leave a link to that video up in the little cards for you. But today we are going to talk about it. So let's get started with the first thing that I have learned. And I have learned a lot about cruelty-free makeup just by doing this. And I guess my first fear when I did declutter all my non-cruelty-free makeup is that I wouldn't have any brands to choose from. I really didn't have a big understanding of which brands were cruelty-free. Like, of course, I had looked it up, but I'd never had the experience of myself of exclusively going shopping knowing that I was only going to buy cruelty-free makeup, and it's actually like not even a thought anymore. I don't have that issue. I thought for sure it would be like hard, like, okay, I can't shop here, I can't do this, I can't do that, but honestly it's actually worked out for the better financially and like morally. So morally, I don't want to use products that are from a brand that tests on animals, but financially I find myself not buying stuff that I wouldn't use in the first place. I found that when I wasn't cruelty-free, I would go to the drugstore and there are certain brands that are cruelty-free there and there are certain brands that aren't. So brands that often have sales and had things on clearance at like Walgreens, I would go to the clearance section of Walgreens and buy some of that makeup that I thought maybe I could use in a video or something, but I never ended up really using, and they were from brands like Maybelline, CoverGirl, L'Oreal. All three of those are not cruelty-free, but then I could also find things that were already affordable at the drugstore that are decent, good quality, and they are cruelty-free. So things that I can go to the drugstore and get if I really want to is like NYX, Wet n Wild, e.l.f., Milani. There's so many brands in the drugstore that are cruelty-free that actually have better quality than, say, like a dry L'Oreal palette or like a basic pencil from Rimmel London. Like, there's so many options at the drugstore that I didn't really think being cruelty-free was affordable when I first changed over, and it really is. There's a lot of cruelty-free options in everything now. The only thing that I have not 100% gone cruelty-free with is my skincare, because I do have a skin condition and I cannot find any information on if my certain skincare remedy is cruelty-free or not, because I just can't find any information on it. So I've not gone completely skincare cruelty free, but I don't use much skincare other than like micellar water and baby wipes on my face, because I don't like using a lot of products. Or I'll use like an e.l.f. moisturizer, an Ofra moisturizer, something I know is cruelty free but isn't necessarily skincare. You know, I don't consider a moisturizer like skincare. Now, a couple months back, I made a video and I had it up for like 3 days and I deleted it, about why are no big beauty gurus cruelty-free. And I still have that question, but I feel like as I've grown a little bit in the YouTube space, and being cruelty-free limits you a lot as far as getting your job done easier. I get reached out to a lot of brands who want to send you stuff so you can review it, and I don't take a lot of PR because a lot of it isn't cruelty-free. So you'll get brands that are probably made in China. If it's sold in China, it's not cruelty-free. Things that are probably like made on AliExpress and they want to send you this palette to review, and like obviously I know that fake makeup and stuff manufactured that way is bad for you anyways, but I can also just state what is your cruelty-free status, and they never reply. A lot of these companies that want you to review stuff for free and like, hey, I'll send you this free $8 palette if you review it for me, they never have like good reputable business stuff. They'll be the ones that they'll email you and be like, hey, I want to send you this, and I'll say, no, no thank you, I'm not interested, and they'll email you the next day, but like, we can give you this and this if you review it on your channel. Like, I'm not interested. What's your cruelty-free status? I'm a cruelty-free channel. And they never reply. Shady businesses usually don't talk about their cruelty-free status, so I get a lot of emails out of my way by just asking shady companies that randomly email me, do you want this free thing? Like, no, I don't need the free stuff. Also, I find that a lot of good quality makeup is cruelty-free because I feel like they take a lot of time in actually manufacturing it themselves instead of just sending it off and getting it back from who knows where and manufacturing it all around the world. I feel like brands like MAC have a great reputation and they're not cruelty-free, but over the last few years, you know, the quality has kind of just like, they kind of fizzled out. And I feel like a lot of cruelty-free brands are really thriving right now, and a lot of brands like Maybelline and L'Oreal and CoverGirl and Rimmel are just kind of like, brands that aren't cruelty-free aren't really doing enough. They're too busy trying to manufacture all over the world that I don't see them making like the big steps to be popular. Now, there is one exception to this rule where I do think a company like Benefit pays a lot of influencers a lot of money to keep their brand thriving, like taking them on vacations and giving them tons of free products and collaborating with them. I think that is the only exception to the like, they're kind of bland now status, because Benefit is very popular but they're not cruelty free. So let's move on to some stuff that is more positive and less about money in the beauty community, because a lot of them just want the free stuff. So it's easy to get a video out, it's easy to review a palette for free that someone sent you, but it's a lot better just to wait for the right opportunity, you know? I don't know if I'm making any sense in this video. I don't know. This is just things that I've learned. A lot of shady companies email influencers and want reviews and stuff, but they're not good quality. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of companies will pay influencers a lot of money or take them on vacations to not be cruelty free. So I hope that makes sense. Now, you may be wondering, like, how do I find out if a brand is cruelty free? Well, I use Cruelty-Free Kitty. It's usually they don't have everything, but I do update quite often. It has a huge list of brands that are cruelty free, and then it's a list that test on animals. You can also just kind of Google it. Just type in Tarte cruelty free and it'll say yes. Usually you don't even have to go to a website. It'll usually pop up at the top bar of your Google search and it'll tell you if they are or not cruelty free. Now, if you have seen my makeup collection videos, I have a lot of makeup. This does not limit me whatsoever. I do not feel like I'm missing out on any opportunity to own any product just because they're not cruelty free. Now, there's a couple products that intrigue me but aren't cruelty free, but then I just figure that I don't need it for myself. I feel like I have a lot of other options to choose from, and most brands, 90% of the brands out there that you see a lot of YouTubers using, a lot of really popular stuff right now, are cruelty free. Most brands are cruelty free at this point. They're very good at their jobs. They want to make sure that they sell to the most amount of people possible. Okay, so I want to list a couple brands for you that I think are really popular right now and are cruelty free. And there's a ton more. Most of them are. That's what I'm saying. Really easy. I'm not saying you have to go cruelty free or declutter any of your makeup that isn't, because you don't have to. Personally, what I did was I decided to declutter it so I wouldn't use it in videos and stuff anymore. But also, it's really easy to just go through your makeup collection and separate. Like, make a pile of stuff that's not cruelty free, and I guarantee you probably be like 10, 20, 30%, depending on who you are, that isn't cruelty free, and the most of it will be. So here's some brands that I love that are cruelty free. And I get a lot of crap about talking about this brand all the time. Jeffree Star Cosmetics, cruelty free. So it's ColourPop. I love ColourPop. Urban Decay, NYX, Anastasia Beverly Hills, ColourPop already. Tarte, Wet n Wild, Too Faced, Kat Von D, Smashbox, Milani, Elf. A million different brands. I even think Marc Jacobs Beauty is cruelty free now. Natasha Denona is one. Yeah, there's a lot of options. Now, one thing that I fell for a really long time and I didn't know is that mink lashes cannot be cruelty free. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's clearly an animal, Bridget. Mink is in the name. Well, I don't want to drag this company because it's a very small company, and I did enjoy their products before I knew better. there is a very small company. It's a very small lash company, and I have spoken to the owner many times. I think she's very sweet. She seems like a genuinely beautiful, nice person, and nothing against her because she's trying to hustle and make her lashes, and I think it's great. But I asked because we were talking about sending me some lashes to wear them on my channel, blah blah blah, if her lashes were cruelty free, and she told me yes, she has synthetics but minks also, but the minks are naturally shed from being brushed, and that they weren't harmed or hurt in the process. Like, they were just shed mink hairs that they collected and made them into lashes, and I thought that was fine. I didn't think anything about that, but apparently there's no such thing. I've heard this a lot, actually, not just from this one company. I don't want to like drag her or anything because she's very sweet. I thought that you could just brush a mink, like you have minks in the wild, or you have them in like a little conservative place, and then you just brush them. Apparently that doesn't happen. Apparently they're mink farms, and they farm these mink and they keep them alive to keep shedding their fur off for eyelashes, and that does not seem morally correct to me. I do wear lashes from brands that are not exclusively cruelty free. Lashes are one of those things. I'm not going to buy mink lashes even if they say they're naturally shed lashes. I'm not going to buy mink lashes at all because they are coming from an animal. However, if a brand does sell minks, because most of them do, I will buy the synthetics from them. Like Lily lashes are the lashes I usually wear because they're very beautiful and they last me a really long time, and sometimes they're on sale. I won't buy them unless they're on sale, but they do sell minks, so I won't buy their mink lashes. I'll buy their synthetics, and hopefully when they see the synthetic sales are better than the minks, they will eventually convert to exclusively cruelty-free eyelashes. And I don't know how else to say that. There are eyelash brands that I love that are cruelty-free, such as Ardell and Allure London. Allure London is one of my favorite lash brands from the drugstore. They sell them at Target, Walgreens, everywhere, Walmart even, and they're really great lashes. I also enjoy Kiss lashes, which are all synthetic. And a lot of the cruelty-free brands that you see about lashes, a lot of the cruelty-free brands are good. I mean, I don't know. So I am not vegan or anything like that. I feel like a lot of brands that are cruelty-free try to make as many vegan choices as possible. However, personally, I am not vegan. I'm not completely vegan makeup. I feel like that's a little bit harder to do than just cruelty-free. I feel like when you support cruelty-free brands, they do try to make as many vegan options as possible. So there's no carmine from crushed beetles or any animal byproducts in the product. But at least going cruelty-free, there's no animals being tested. You know, monkeys and rabbits and stuff, and it's horrible if you actually know what happens to these animals, and I don't want to support that. I'm not going to go back to ever using cruelty-free, non-cruelty-free makeup, but yeah. So, I don't know what else to say. I feel like the main points that I wanted to talk about in this video, because I feel like I'm ranting. I know that I'm ranting. The main points that I want to touch on in this video is that most brands you see are cruelty-free, so it's not hard to make the change. I'm not forcing you into doing anything you don't want to, but if you just like pay 1% more attention when you're shopping for certain products, you find that most things like a MAC foundation or whatever, there's tons of cruelty-free dupes for these products that, you know, you don't have to support that kind of behavior or animal testing in general. I do find that a lot of brands are misleading on their websites when it comes to their cruelty-free status. Like MAC, I've talked about them before, how they lie, and well, they don't lie. They make it manipulated so it seems like they are cruelty-free when in fact they're not. They'll say that they don't do any animal testing and they don't test in their country. They don't own any labs that test on animals, but they'll say that they do allow their third parties to test on animals for them. So just because they don't own the factory, they think that they can get a cruelty-free status, and it actually doesn't happen like that. I know PETA isn't the most reputable company in the world, but they do offer cruelty-free statuses and vegan statuses to companies that apply for it, and I feel like the vegan status is a little bit harder to get, but if oftentimes you can see like there's a little bunny or like a leaping bunny. The leaping bunny is like the best certification for cruelty-free makeup. There's so many options that you can buy that that are not tested on animals, and I feel like it's really easy to make. Also, a lot of these bigger YouTubers you see are not cruelty-free because you get less money. I mean, there are so many products and brands, even like luxury brands like Givenchy. will offer you free foundations to review or free this and that just to have it on your channel, or pay you to mention it for a sponsored video, like CoverGirl sponsoring James Charles or something, I don't know, Maybelline sponsoring Manny Way in that mascara campaign. They wouldn't have these opportunities if they were cruelty-free, and I feel like money is a huge incentive for them to not switch. So I think I'd rather have my morals than the money. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I don't know if there was a point to this video. I hope you guys learned a little bit of something. If they sell in China, they're not cruelty-free. And I don't know, man. I just wanted to make this video because I felt like some people didn't know it was cruelty-free, and then some people tell them I ram being cruelty-free down my throat, down their throat. So guess we do both in this video. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. If you have any questions whatsoever about being cruelty-free, or if a certain brand is cruelty-free, leave it in the comment section. I'll try to answer every single question if I can. Love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.